Look at, good on them. Good on them. Why is there no music here? It's just awkward silence. Hey, Vlad, thank you for the raid. Oh, that's Waddles. Damn, these are 9 months.
Hello and welcome to
God,
Minecraft
now that's
Live
a transition.
2021. I'm your host and chief storyteller of Mojang Studios, Lydia Winters. We have an exciting show for you today, filled with all things Minecraft. You'll vote a new mob into the game, hear what's happening in Minecraft dungeons, learn how to design and play with your own Minecraft mob, find out the next Minecraft update, and much, much more. Seriously though, we have a packed show for you. The best part is that you get to hear everything directly from the cool humans making it, and they will give you the inside knowledge that no one outside of Mojang Studios knows, our best kept secrets, until we tell you all of them
Until
today.
they get leaked on
so
Twitter.
let's do it.
Oh, you're blocking the captions? Well, excuse me.
Our social team will be tweeting throughout the show and want to know what you think about everything we announce. Hang out with us here and also there. Last year, we announced quite an anticipated update, the Caves and the Cliffs update. We've seen all the incredible things you've done with Caves and Cliffs Part 1 and can't wait to see what you do with Part 2. Agnes and Henrik are here to give us a peek into the surprising development process for Caves and Cliffs Part 2. Hi, Agnes. Hi, Henrik.
Hello.
Agnes, how are you feeling?
They scare me sometimes.
I'm super happy to be here.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
So excited. And
Like,
Henrik,
just the
it's your
way that
first time on the Minecraft Live stage.
It is. It's not your first time though, right?
It is not my first time. You two
Like,
are going to
they're
tell us about Caves and Cliffs Part 2. And the thing that I think is the most amazing is how involved and how essential the community was to making it.
Yes. Yeah. This update changes basically everything about the world generation in the game. So we've added like massive mountains, massive caves.
That was the video. That was not my side.
It's been really hard to kind of balance that because we want to add all this new cool stuff. But when people are playing the game, we also want them to be able to encounter like the old familiar stuff. So this balancing act is really hard. So as designers and developers, when we
this is Caves and Cliffs on our luck.
because we realize
time and effort into this update, and I hope that it will inspire and excite our community.
It feels like it's a whole new game.
Oh, I want to see this. I want to see the spicy bit.
Hello,
We
Minecrafters
already
of the
know
world.
Caves and Cliffs.
I'm Vubui, and I'm back yet again to help guide you through this year's incredibly important and potentially life-altering vote. Remember the Phantom? For an amazing mob that will be added to Minecraft. For those of you who haven't been a part of
Can't do
Minecraft Live
anything
before,
new.
here's
It's
how
just
it
the
works.
chicken
Our
randomizer.
developers came up with 3 different mobs that they
Among
think could
Us.
potentially be a great addition to Minecraft for a variety of reasons. But you, the community of Minecraft players around the world, get to decide which one gets further developed and brought into the game in a future update, and which ones will live on only in our hearts as what could have been. Like you, little baby. I'll never forget you.
Golem can't touch other buttons, only can touch the copper
Moving on.
Button.
The actual winner of last year's intense mob vote was none other than the glow squid. If you haven't run into these majestic creatures swimming around under the stars on a clear night, you are really missing out. But that was last year, and this is now. So here's what you need to do. We have 3 mobs for you to choose from. And there will be 2 rounds of voting. The first round, of course, will include all 3 mobs, but 1 will get voted out. In the second round, there will only be the 2 remaining mobs, then just 1 winner in the end. As in previous years, the vote will happen on Twitter. So if you don't already have an account, you'll need to quickly make one. And if you do have an account, make sure you're logged in. Then when I tell you it's time to vote, go to the Minecraft Twitter account and check out the live voting poll with all 3 mob options.
Hold on, you know what? Actually, how many votes voted on that poll? Wait a minute. How many votes voted on that poll? Minecraft. Where is it? Wow, they waste no time. They're already selling merch. They're literally selling merch for the mob vote. What in the... Hey, yo, what? What sellouts? They probably had 3 different versions prepared for this, acting like it's a presidential election or something. Let me see. Hold on. Where? Oh my. Give me. Where is it? Oh. 1,173,315. And imagine, see, if you didn't vote, you messed up because, I'm sorry, I just saw Jack's response. It was 54% to 46%. What happened to the glare? No one cared about the bush? Oh my God, what is wrong with Velvet? George is handcuffed and on the plane. If Copper Golem wins, I will fly this straight to Florida.
Pick the one you want to see added to Minecraft and click to cast your vote. That's it. It's like super easy. Oh, okay. Bye, Tiny Jens. Jens, you're here.
Hi, Boo.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Tiny Jens sent you.
Hi, Puffy. How
While
are you today?
he looks
I
for
am
Tiny
great. How are
Agnes
you?
once again.
Exactly. It's a tough job.
It really is.
Yes.
Well, since you're here, can you please tell everyone all about this year's mobs?
Absolutely. So, as you already mentioned, the team came up with 3 lovely creatures that we believe that players will enjoy interacting with. And
You know what? Before we listen to this, I kind of wish in some alternate reality I could see what would happen if like Dream tweeted whatever mob he wanted to win and like if it would have been a different mob or of how different the voting would have been. I just wish that I could just see what
they
the
are
outcome
the glare,
would have been.
the lay, and the copper golem.
Those all sound really cool.
Absolutely. And to begin with, we have the glare, which is it's a creature that flies around and doesn't really like dark areas because it knows that in dark areas there might be monsters spawned.
Yes.
So naturally, it goes to those areas and gets really grumpy about it. And that is to bring that player's attention so that the problem can be fixed.
Okay.
And we are thinking about ideas that in certain circumstances, the glare may even help you light up these areas to solve your monster spawning problems.
The glare sounds amazing. I'm ready to vote glare now.
Yes, but then we have the LA, which is also a flying, lovely creature that loves music and
who doesn't?
Nice sounds. And if you give it an item, it will start looking for similar items lying around and bring them to you.
Okay.
And if you also play on a note block, it will drop the items on that location instead.
That's useful.
Yes, and we imagine that players can maybe use this to...
Is this
Minecraft game?
Bedrock?
Hello everyone, my name is Jonas. I'm a software developer and Minecraft content creator. In 2017 I started to create my own 3D modeling program called Blockbench. The program is all about creating boxy, pixely models, which makes it perfect for the Minecraft art style. Today Blockbench supports many Minecraft formats, ranging from Bedrock Edition add-ons to Java Edition resource packs and mods. The program is used by Minecraft creators all around the world to create models, animations and player skins.
Hey, this is cool.
Almost all 3D models you see on the Minecraft marketplace were made in Blockbench, and it was even used to design some of the new vanilla mobs, such as the goat and the axolotl. This summer I've collaborated with Mojang to create a new plugin for Blockbench. The plugin makes it super easy to get started with add-on creation by generating everything you need for a custom entity in just a few clicks. I'm going to demonstrate the process by making
That's when I stopped playing and I switched to a different game. I've had enough. Nope.
The end of podium in the middle.
Oh no! I don't know why the house is massive. When are they doing Minecon again? Like, do we get to actually go to this in person? I want my goddamn cape.
Wow. We're kicking things off with the announcement of the... We're gonna tell you right now.
The update Aquatic. Village and Pillage.
Seriously, like, I'm so excited.
Bees. They haven't done IRL Minecon well before COVID.
Bees. Let's look at some bees.
To finally have a Nether update. Holiday update will have the cats, pandas, bamboo, and scaffolding.
Caves and cliffs update.
David Niesagen.
I am the one that gets to decide how difficult the bosses are.
The results of the first vote are in.
What? No, I'm sorry. What was that? No, please. Okay, you know what? Let's maybe go a little bit faster, and I'm gonna see your... Wait a minute.
I am the one that gets to decide how difficult the bosses are.
No, what is this? Why did they have... When did they do this? Did I skip this Minecraft? This was last year. I watched this live. Did I black this out? Why is this so cursed? Scott was a bee? Me and Scott are gonna have a long talk after this.
The results of the first vote are in.
The winner is Tiger!
Mountains.
It's the glow squid. This is your chance to have a say in what goes into...
Oh my god. Oh my, I'm sorry. Okay, no, I do remember this because I remember those shitty models. You're telling me that's the best they had. That's like someone who had a science project that was like they had a month to do it and they did it like the night before. That's what these look like.
Minecraft.
What should I do now?
And so disappointed in this community all the same way.
Moppy!
Oh no, that was dumb.
10 years ago, I stepped on the Minecon stage for the first time. I still get nervous and excited every single time I'm on this stage, but mostly I feel incredibly honored to be in front of you.
I love Moppy.
I hope what you see and feel from each of us at Mojang Studios is our passion for Minecraft and our gratitude to all of you in our amazing community.
Who said shovel? That is not shovel. What?
Okay, now before I get way too even more sappy than I was, let's head over to Voo and hear more about the adorable mobs that you must pick between.
I like how someone goes, yes it is.
Here we go. It's almost time to vote. Before we do though, let's take a quick look at your choices once more.
What happened?
We have the glare. A mob that lets players know when they're in an area that's dark enough for monsters.
Not a
you can bring it with you, and it will fly to dark areas. When it gets grumpy, you'll know that it's dark enough for monsters to spawn. Then there's the allay. If you give it an item, it will collect.
Okay, I'm sorry, but they already just screwed up with the glare when they made it that... Like, you literally could just hit F3 and see what the light level is. Like, I don't need a bush following me around.
Matching ones for you. It also loves music. So if there's a note block nearby, that's where we'll drop these items for you. And finally, the Copper Golem.
Bedrock players, then just add it to the game. Then just throw the bush in there as like an added thing. They shouldn't, if they're like doing a whole mob vote, the mob that they're adding shouldn't just cater to one version of the game. Then just throw in the bush. Okay, we didn't like, it was...
Little golem that you yourself can make out of copper. They oxidize over time and will eventually freeze into statues. They love spending their time randomly pressing copper buttons, which would also be added to the game if the copper golem wins the vote. So those are...
Why are we just not getting copper buttons? Because we have nothing to even use copper for anyways. It's so useless. What, like, we're not going to get buttons on the account that he wasn't added?
Your choices, and they are all so amazing. How will you choose? Jens gave us a lot to think about, and now you need to decide which mob you think you'd enjoy the most during your time playing Minecraft. Any of them would be useful, but choose your favorite and go vote for it now. Yes, that's right, the poll is now open. To cast your vote, make sure you're logged into your Twitter account, go to the Minecraft Twitter account and find the freshly launched poll with all 3 choices. Don't forget to click on the mob you most want to play Minecraft with. You can do it right now. After the first round of votes, I'll check back in with you so we can open the final round.
Greetings, my name is Narrator, and I'm the star of the Minecraft YouTube channel.
And I'm sorry, you could just tell these poor guys just like sick of it. Like,
think you'd enjoy the most during your time playing Minecraft. Any of them would be useful, but choose your favorite and go vote for it now. Yes, that's right, the poll is now open. To cast your vote, make sure you're logged into your Twitter account, go to the Minecraft Twitter account and find the freshly launched poll with all 3 choices. Don't forget to click on the mob you most want to play Minecraft with. You can do it right now. After the first round of votes, I'll check back in with you so we can open the final round.
What the hell is that? Man, those murderous eyes. That if I ever turned and saw anybody staring at me like that, he's sick of it. He's over it. This is once a year and it's already too much for him. That is just, he doesn't get paid enough to do this. You could tell. You could tell by that look in his eyes.
Greetings.
He looks like him, just...
My name is Narrator, and I'm the star of the Minecraft
They didn't even give you a name.
And I'm Marilla. I'm the actual star.
You're telling me that the computer got the name, but my name is Narrator.
The Minecraft YouTube channel.
We're here to tell you about all the excellent shows you can watch on our channel. Subscribe tomorrow.
Don't you mean subscribe today?
No. How do you spell Minecraft? What even is Minecraft?
These are just some of the questions you can ask our studio's brightest minds on Ask Mojang.
We've actually received a question for us just now. Do you think making a video game is the easiest thing in the world?
No. Literally no one thinks that.
Well, I did. Until I started watching this informative series that goes behind the blocks of...
No. No. No one cares about Minecraft Dungeons anymore. Unless I'm getting that cape in regular Minecraft.
Of new capes, because everyone loves capes.
content. What are some of these new things that players can unlock?
Right, yeah, we added tons of new rewards that are completely new to the Minecraft universe, some old, some new. We have tons of new pets. We have things like the duck and the fox, and I am so in love with all of them. We have flares, which are new VFX that you can apply to your character. So whenever you drink a potion or you beat an enemy, you get to show off a little bit and get some shininess there.
Minecraft Dungeons is cool. They would definitely be down to play it on stream, but like I feel like they're not gonna like add that much that like I just care to watch a whole what.
Also, we got in some emotes, which are these little dances or little expressions you can do with your character.
Show off a little.
Yeah, exactly, and have some fun with your friends. Why not, like we see here, having a party. Also, we added tons of new capes.
Why do they give us capes in this game? Meanwhile, they don't give us capes in the actual regular Minecraft that we've wanted it for years again to have the opportunity to get capes. And then when they do give us a cape, it's a crappy Microsoft transfer cape that literally everybody has.
Because everyone loves capes.
They do.
And tons of new skins, just in case we were missing.
Caves and cliffs.
Hey, you two! Have you discovered all the features in part 1 of the Caves and Cliffs update?
Well, there's brand new colored candles and the lichen makes rocks glow. You'll find some amethyst if you look inside a geode. The buds grow into clusters, then you get shards when they're mined. These are just a few of all the things there are to find, like jump across some drift leaves, make your house from these. Spending too much time in powder snow will make you freeze. You can mine raw copper, smelt some ingots into blocks. A lightning rod and thunderstorms will stop you getting shocked. Copper oxidizes, but to stop it, make it
I feel
wax.
like
Craft your raw ores into
cute
raw rocks if you've got too many stacks.
and it's informative, but I feel like I'm imagining if I had a kid, TikTok settle down, that I'm like watching them at their school play.
Put them in your bucket, you can carry them around. There's glow squids way down here, they fill their caves with light. Make a sign using their ink, make the glow frame super bright. There's dripstone blocks and deep slate versions of the ores. There's so many things here to explore. And
push him off the cliff! Push him off the cliff!
There's so much.
That was great. Never mind. I'm a psychic. No. I got what I wanted. No. I'm nice. 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 I want that clipped. I did not know that was gonna happen. I just nope, not you dancing. Give me a
you can find.
Oh,
no,
well,
bro,
it's been quite.
No, sir, that's not what I came here for. Wait, there we go. No, stop dancing, please. Hello?
Axolotls in the water underground.
Why are you?
Put them in your bucket, you can carry them around.
Does this have
There's glow squids way down here, they fill their caves with light. Make a sign using their ink, make the glow frame super bright.
I was using
There's
the arrow
dripstone
keys.
blocks and deep slate versions of the ores. There's so many things here to explore, and there's so much more.
There's so much more. Oh, well, it's been quite the turnout for our first round of mob voting. You have made your decision, and now one mob must go. We have the Glare, the Allay, and the Copper Golem. But you, the community, have spoken, and now one mob must leave the race. And that mob is the Glare.
He's just like,
so that still leaves
like in the
two
back of the
amazing mobs to choose from. Which one do you want? Will it be the Allay or the Copper Golem? How do you see yourself playing and interacting with them in the future? Which one will make your game life easier? Or
I wished if the Copper Golem was in the game that, like, if it was there an Iron Golem, that the Iron Golem would just pick it up and, like, put it on his shoulder or just, like, hold it in his little hand. That would have been cute. It could have been, like, the big giant, whatever the hell, the big Iron Giant. Is that what it's called?
more fun, or like the Year of the Phantom, way more terrifying. Don't worry about what anyone else wants. This is all about you and how you want to play Minecraft.
Wow,
but
he really
make
just
your
called that dream. He went, don't worry about what anyone else wants. This is
decision quickly because it's time to vote again. There's a brand new poll just posted to the Minecraft Twitter account with only these 2 mob finalists to choose from. Make sure you're logged onto Twitter and click the mob that you just can't wait to spend your days and nights with in the game.
All right, homie, you didn't have to make it sound so sad. Make sure to pick who you want to be your very best friend because we know you're lonely and this is how you'll spend your days and nights. You'll get very familiar with this face.
Young people all over the world are using Minecraft to explore issues that matter like social justice, climate change, and indigenous rights.
We have different classes such as Braille and Sign Language. We reached out to one of our teachers who learned Braille and she taught us a thing or two.
Take a look at what these girls built, a school of the future. They thought about clean energy and inclusive design.
An interesting fact about our building is that we used coding to build a playground. It was very fun to make.
Students in India and Malaysia translated ancient myths into Minecraft worlds.
Under the guidance of my educator Kamal ma'am, I would like to present to you an indigenous tale, Chiri and Ka, from Punjab, the land of 5 rivers.
In Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, classrooms are using Minecraft to explore indigenous cultures. And they're not just building blocks, they're building super useful skills. Games like Minecraft prepare you for the future, teaching us how to work together, solve problems, and even write code.
Normally in school it's like, here's this, do this, off you go. But now it's like, blank schedule, Minecraft, yes please.
This summer, students imagined a greener New York City in an epic citywide esports battle.
I don't know about you, but I wish I had this in school. I think I would have been all over this.
Absolutely.
Kids in Wales designed more sustainable rugby stadiums.
There's a turtle!
Teams of students built turtle habitats and wind farms. And in Slovakia, young people imagined...
I'm not laughing at this. I'm just laughing at what children are building, and then I'm just visualizing the builds in the Dream SMP, and I'm like...
a bee sanctuary in Minecraft.
During this build, I learned that bees do this thing called swarming.
We can live more sustainably, we can treat one another better, and can we all agree that learning should always be fun? Let's build a better world together.
Game on!
Now it's the big moment. Let's talk to Agnes about the next update. Welcome back, Agnes.
Thank you.
How's the show felt for you?
Super good. Like, I think it's a really fun show, and also, of course, we've shown so many exciting things.
Why are you so nervous,
Absolutely. I mean, I'm feeling quite nostalgic since this is number 10, and I have to say,
don't let them
I was the
scare you.
7th employee, the first woman on the team, and when I see you leading Minecraft, I just feel so excited about where we're going.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was very sweet of you. And of course, we many that lead it together, but I'm like the creative lead, and I'm super happy about that. But it feels quite surreal because I also used to be a Minecraft player and love this game, and
we're in the wild.
Yeah, I'm very happy and lucky to be here.
Yes, I think we all feel that way, and it's so cool having so many people on the team who play and love it and care about it, and like we all feel like we are part of the community too.
Yes, we definitely are.
And now, Agnes, you are going to reveal to us what the next update is.
Yes. Okay. So the next update is called the Wild Update.
The wild update sounds very, very intriguing. So what does it
sound wild?
So the word wild mainly means like two things for us. So the first thing is like beautiful nature. And the second thing is like really scary challenges and adventures.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
And
so what we're going to do is we're going to have some of our gameplay designers come and tell us more about specific things about the wild update, because there's these different...
What is...
parts to it, and we have the very, very intriguing. So what does it encompass?
So the word wild mainly means like two things for us. So the first thing is like beautiful nature, and the second thing is like really scary challenges and adventures.
Oh, that sounds awesome. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have some of our gameplay designers come and tell us more about specific things about the wild update, because there's these different parts to it. And we have the first one here, which is our Deep Dark expert, Brandon.
It just caught me off guard.
Hello.
Hi, Brandon. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, Brandon.
So we've moved the Deep Dark into this update. Can you talk to us more about why?
Yes, I mean, one of the biggest things about the Deep Dark and the Warden and the Skulk is that it's just expanded, it's gotten bigger, and we really wanted to make sure that we did this right and that we didn't just rush it. That includes even unique loot inside the Deep Dark as well. And yeah, we also want to make sure that let's actually look at some of the new things that we have in it right now, which is the ancient cities.
That's awesome. I can't wait. Oh, wow.
Oh my God. Okay, that noise is too squishy for me. Ayo, you have 29 steak, eat!
Wow, it's like both beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Like, I have so many emotions when I look at that Deep Dark biome.
Yes, I mean, we really didn't want the Deep Dark biome to just be, you know, caves or just skulks spread around. We wanted it to add a bit more mystery to it. And, you know, there's this ancient city, and what is it doing there? We're not going to tell the players, we're just going to let them go throughout and explore and see what they come to. And there's even this, like, ancient structure in the middle of every single city, and it's got something interesting about it that you're going to have to explore in game.
It's really cool.
It's where
like
dreams
it
laugh
feels
up.
like a place you want to explore.
Steve!
I love that it really deepens the mystery of Minecraft. Like, Minecraft is all about player stories, and Deep Dark definitely inspires the storytelling, I think.
That's so cool. And so last year you showed us the Skulk sensor, but I know you've been working on it. A little Skulk family. It's a Skulk family. Like, yeah, maybe they're not so cute.
They're not so friendly, no. Yeah, last year we focused a lot on the Skulk sensor, but since then we've kind of been trying to figure out what do all the different blocks in the Skulk family do. And one of them actually is something called a Skulk catalyst. And the main thing about the Skulk catalyst is it's actually what causes the Skulk to spread. As you can see here, whenever a mob dies, such as a zombie, near the Skulk catalyst, it actually spreads Skulk underneath it. And the amount is based on how much XP that zombie would have dropped.
Wow. So, you know, the Deep Dark, it's kind of overgrown with all these Skulk blocks, so that means that lots of mobs must have died there.
Quite a lot, yes.
Make it less scary.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. But, like, who sorted this inventory, this hotbar? Because, like, clearly, like, I'd hope that they play Minecraft. Like, they got a block, 63 torches, two rotten flesh, a hoe, another block, a sword, another block, another hoe. They have 2 netherite hoes in their hotbar.
Oh, and as you can see here, when you mine some of the sculk blocks, you actually get enchanting points.
Enchanting points? XP?
Yes, and of course, if you still want to get some of the blocks for decoration or something, you can just use a silk touch.
That's how I'm going to respond. That's what I'm going to call my levels from now.
And then we have the Skulk Shrieker. So when this
Ariana Grande! Thank you so much for the tier 1. I didn't know you were a viewer here all along.
It's gonna give that really scary shriek sound that you heard now, and it also gives this darkness effect, so it's like pulsating darkness.
Thank you for the prime. Oh.
You can even see now when you're sneaking and you step on a skulk sensor, even sneaking it will activate.
Wow, okay, definitely not a friendly family.
Oh my God, can you imagine that with shaders? You know how dark that would be with shaders?
No. And I will say to our younger viewers, in a minute, we're going to show you a clip that's a little scarier. But I mean, Brandon, those have so many things that players can do with them. Like, what do you imagine them doing?
I think the Skull Catalyst is going to be really interesting because, you know, when you could create a mob farm with through the tech community. Usually when a mob dies, it doesn't drop XP unless the player actually kills it. So with this, you might be able to create some sort of XP farm. Ooh. There's lots of opportunities.
Cool. And you can build like experiences for other players. Like imagine building like a haunted mansion or a really dark forest, and then you have the shriekers.
Terrifying.
So then, you know, when players out walking and then they activate the shriek and
Andy, thank you for the gifted!
It's amazing. Or you do that all around your world, and just whenever anyone's visiting
I'm not going to visit your world.
Shriekers are just shrieking. We have a community question for you.
Hi, it's Jinjam from Germany, and my question is, what was the inspiration behind the Shrieker?
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question. From the art side, we actually had the inspiration behind the human larynx, which is like the vocal cord or vocal structure or something, just something that represents kind of creating sounds. And from the gameplay perspective, we wanted to make sure that, first of all, the Warden spawns in a unique way, and also in a way that you can avoid it. So usually you can kind of sneak around, and as long as you don't activate the Skulk Shriekers, then the Warden won't come. But if you do make too many noises and the Skulk Shrieker activates too many times, the Warden will come.
Ooh, I wonder what this means for speedruns. And like hardcore worlds. Like, can you imagine a manhunt in here? Oh, so it could do all that. It could dig out the ground, but we still don't have vertical slabs. In full netherite?
Kind of back to Listen. I didn't sign up for this. All right.
When I wanted to be a Minecrafter as a kid, I did not sign up for whatever the hell.
Thinking that the Skulk family is very adorable. After seeing that, wow, there is a lot there, Brandon.
Definitely a lot to unpack. I mean, the first thing is that the Warden actually emerges underground. So that means you know that Wardens are kind of in the deep dark, in the walls, under the floor. And it also has developed a sense of smell. So, of course, you can sneak around and try to be, you know, quiet and not to get detected. But unfortunately, the Warden's still going to be able to sniff you out and find where you are. And if it sniffs you while you're really close by, then it's going to start noticing you.
Wait, so basically the Warden is like, smell that? It's happening. And just like going for the
Pretty much, yes. It's not going to be fun for you.
No, and I love that we're adding that like sneaking gameplay, because we haven't really had that before. So, you know, you are in the deep dark, everything's super dark, and you're sneaking, trying to find the treasures, trying to avoid the Warden. I think it's something really exciting with that.
It's really, really cool. I mean, I think you have definitely upped the terrifying level, Brandon. And I just love how much you've expanded the deep dark to feel it's so immersive.
Yes, definitely.
I'm curious like what the meeting was like in Mojang when they decided to add this. They're like, all right, Minecraft's a game that's known for kids playing it. Now what if we make it rated R and we add this character that sniffs out the player and it gets pitch black and they have to sneak everywhere. Otherwise it will two-shot you with the most OP gear in the game. I think the 10-year-olds would love that. What about you?
It's really amazing. Thank you so much for joining us and scaring us half to death.
No worries, that's my job.
He's our expert. Like if you want to do something scary, it's like, Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
So Agnes, the deep dark is one part, this sort of very...
Is she wearing bedazzled Balenciagas?
We had that before, so, you know, you are in the deep dark, everything's super dark, and you're sneaking, trying to find the treasures, trying to avoid the Warden. I think it's something really exciting with that.
It's really, really cool. I mean, I think you have definitely upped the terrifying level, Brandon. And I just love how much you've expanded the deep dark to feel it's so immersive.
Yes, definitely.
It's really amazing. Thank you so much for joining us and scaring us half to death.
No worries, that's my job.
He's our expert. Like if you want to do something scary, it's like, Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
Brandon, I'm here for the shoes.
So Agnes, the deep dark.
I'm pretty sure she's wearing like sparkly Balenciagas. Sheesh! Lydia rolled up to Minecraft Live with the drip. Oh my god. Don't you have Balenciagas? Sheesh yourself. They're not bedazzled. Hers got goddamn sparkles on there.
Is one part, this sort of very adventurous side of the Wild update, which the name is starting to really become clear after talking to Brandon. And then the other part you said is really this more of that beauty and, you know, the atmosphere of Minecraft.
Yes, so we want to like celebrate the wilderness of Minecraft. And one thing we want to focus on is immersion. So when you play Minecraft, we really want you to feel that you're inside the Minecraft world. Actually, like we are now. It's so beautiful. And we also want to focus or have focused on biome diversity. So we want to find like a unique identity for different biomes. For example,
I want that as a desktop background.
The birch forest.
Except the fact that Steve like has no eyes. I don't know what's going on there.
See this beautiful concept art. So in the birch forest, we want it to be like light and peaceful, and the sun reaches the ground. The trees are taller, and the flowers, things like that.
It's really beautiful. It looks very Swedish in the birch forest.
That's true. That's actually a very Swedish forest. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. And then you have, so you want to add more atmosphere to the different biomes, but there's one biome that you want I mean, I would say you're giving it quite an overhaul. It's getting a lot more in the wild update.
Yes, that's true. And that's the swamp. Oh, our art team is just so amazing. It's such a beautiful concept art. And as you can see here, the atmosphere is really different from the birch forest as well.
It really is. It's amazing. So we have another one of our gameplay designers here and our swamp expert, Corey. Welcome, Corey.
Hi, Corey.
Hey, it's absolutely wild to be here.
Oh no, Corey. The puns are so quick to start.
It's Corey after all.
Yeah, it's very on brand. So you're going to tell us about all of I mean, there's a lot of exciting things coming to the swamp. So what are we getting?
Shrek?
Yes, there are a lot of awesome things coming. The first of which is the boat with the chest in it.
What? The boat with the chest in it? Oh my god, that would be amazing for when I'm looking for my lush forest and I have to travel 15,000
It's so useful.
blocks.
And relaxing.
Yes, and especially now, you know, in Cliffs and Cliffs Part 2, we have even wider rivers, so it's easier to travel on water, so it's going to be like extra useful.
Oh,
yeah, and like
wider rivers. I heard wider reverse. And I was like, what does that mean? The boat has more reverse capabilities now.
Aquifers as well.
Yes, so like when you go rafting in the caves, you can like put your diamonds in the chest in your boat. Oh,
it's really amazing. And you've been working on what I think now will be my favorite tree in Minecraft.
Yes, we are adding the mangrove tree to Minecraft.
She reminds me of Nikki.
So as you can see here, this is a propagule, and propagules grow from mangrove trees. They're actually like ready to grow mini mangroves growing from the mangrove. And you can see here the mangrove tree grows propped up on like root blocks. It has vines hanging down from the leaves. The propagules are actually growing underneath the leaves. They actually grow from the leaves themselves. And I really like how the propagules are looking here. And okay, I'm just gonna nerd out on propagules for a minute. Okay, so in real life, the propagules grow, like I said, from the mangrove tree. And then when they fall into the water, or like let's say they fall into water, they could float for up to a year before they plant themselves in the like water, underneath the water or on land, wherever they happen to land. And mangrove trees themselves are actually amazing for like local ecosystems, fighting climate change, for local communities. They're just super trees, and I'm really, really excited that we're adding them to Minecraft.
That's awesome. And this is the first sapling that you can plant underwater.
Yeah, you can plant it underwater and on land as well.
That's so cool. When you first showed me the mangroves and you talked about your favorite thing, the propagules, I actually remember playing in mangroves in Florida, and we would use them to like write in the sand because they're super cool.
That's adorable.
So seeing them in Minecraft is just so exciting. And of course, where there's a new tree, there must be a new wood type.
Yes, the mangroves do come with a new wood type.
Yes, what's
and like
a new wood
always
type?
when we add a new tree, we are so happy. Like we get so many questions from the community, like, will there be a new wood type? and
am I colorblind, or does that just look like spruce wood?
Therefore, we're so happy that we were able to add a new wood type for the mangroves. And look at it, I think it's really pretty. And you also don't see like all the blocks here. It's gonna be like a full set for the wood types. It's gonna be like doors and trapdoors and so on.
That's gorgeous. I love it.
What the fuck is that?
And therefore, we're so happy that we were able to add a new wood type for the mangroves. And look at it, I think it's really pretty. And you also don't see like all the blocks here. It's gonna be like a full set for the wood types. It's gonna be like doors and trapdoors and so on.
That's gorgeous. I love it.
I'm so excited about mangroves, but I just need to mention another thing. Because we decided to go with like really big roots, and I think those are so cool. And we actually prototyped quite a lot back and forth, and it was a bit tricky to decide how the root should look like, as you see in this picture here. But now I'm so happy that we went with the like multi-block roots, because for example, when you like go with a boat, and then you can go
Why can't
under
I
the
have
mangroves,
nice
and I think
things?
that
Maybe
adds
I
such a
want to
nice
see the new
feeling
wood
to
type.
it.
Oh, that's a
yeah,
cute
like
background.
in this picture. It's really nice atmosphere.
Oh, I want
That's beautiful.
I really agree. And like when I was testing, I really loved that feeling of like being underneath it.
Okay,
being, like,
quickly, why doesn't Minecraft add colorblind mode? Like, surely that should be like, or even like Optifine should make it. Why after like over 10 years, there's no colorblind texture pack, no colorblind Optifine setting, no colorblind anything in Minecraft? When it's a building game?
Just this huge feeling. And I wanted more. I wanted to be surrounded by mangroves. So I was like, why don't I just make a mangrove swamp biome where I'm completely surrounded by them? So as you can see in this video, walking around,
really
you're just
cool,
completely surrounded in the mangrove swamp. It's just mangroves
like
as
that.
far as the eye
That
can
is
see,
very
just like in real life. And you have all the mangroves propped up on their roots, growing in the water, so you can take your boat underneath like Agnes likes.
To do like little tiny like tree houses in, or like huts on top of the trees and then connect it with like bridges. That would be cute. And then you could use like campfires, like dyed out campfires for like the walkways across the water.
You're just completely surrounded by the awesome beauty of it.
It's so beautiful.
Oh, and I mean, during sunset, every time I was testing, I would actually like pause the day-night cycle just to watch the sunset in the mangrove swamp. It was super beautiful.
Yeah, put
That's
some shaders
absolutely gorgeous. I noticed that that was not dirt.
Good eye, Lydia. That was wet dirt, otherwise known as mud.
That's amazing. So you've actually added mud to do something really cool.
Yeah, so we're adding really cool renewability mechanics to mud. The first of which is if you take a dirt block and pour a water bottle on it, then you can get more mud. And then the other one is if you take your mud block and you stick it on top of the dripstone, it will sort of like drip the water out of the mud and eventually dry it out, which turns into clay.
I love the renewable clay. Like, I always need more bricks. So perfect.
Yeah, your local mason isn't going to be super happy with you though.
That's actually true. I have this one mason.
not-
It's diamond tier mason in my village, and I always trade with them.
Like,
You're taking a villager's job.
They might be a bit upset now, but still renewable clay.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And you're also using mud to make a new block.
Yes, we're also adding mud bricks. So mud bricks are really, really exciting, like building block. And as you can see here, the brick texture is actually different than the other stone bricks that we have in the game. So they're sort of smaller, more compact, but it is really cool, like to build with. It matches a lot of different block sets, and I'm really excited to build with them.
I just love the look of them. They're awesome.
Terrible.
So beautiful. We have a creator question for the two of you.
But ooh, if they would have done like a dark oak roof or something with more contrast and that.
So they're sort of
dull gray,
smaller,
that would've
more
been-
compact, but it is really cool, like to build with. It matches a lot of different block sets, and I'm really excited to build with them.
Yeah, why do they use?
I just love the look of them. They're awesome. So beautiful. We have a creator question for the two of you.
どうもこんにちはプチプチです。私からの質問はねこちらになります。どうして泥レンガを追加することにしたのでしょうか?
I'm so excited they asked this question because I really wanted to answer it. So the main reason that I wanted to add mud bricks.
I'm confused. When they say a creator question, is this like a content creator? Is this just like a random person? Because this is clearly staged. Because if you're watching this live, they wouldn't know that mud bricks are in the game. Or is this someone that just works at Mojang?
To the game is that I really wanted people to feel like they're.
It's a content creator? How would they know? How would you know?
Okay, all around the world, there are houses built out of mud bricks. So many people around the world have houses, buildings using mud bricks. And I really wanted people who are playing Minecraft to feel like they could build their home and feel like they're at home in Minecraft. So I'm really glad we got to add them for that reason.
Amazing. Yes, it's so important for us that like everyone feels equally welcome when playing Minecraft.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing. Now, so we have like amazing new trees. We have mud everywhere. We definitely need something very cute.
Yes. Well, very cute and quite derpy because we're adding frogs.
Oh! Okay. please, please, when this comes out, make a texture pack reskinning these to Pepe. Please.
They are cute and derpy. That's the perfect description of them. The croaking is amazing.
And did you see the one that jumped like backwards?
One fell in the water.
Silly frogs. Yes.
No, I
and
mean,
they do love to jump around.
Added. Like,
and
this is what I asked
lily
for.
pads.
My
and
tweet
actually also
aged very well, but like I think honestly, like I know this is not as detailed, but I think this frog would have been much cuter than that, or like if they made it more like traditionally like green. But like, I mean, they're cute. They're cute. I do like them.
On
I'm
big
happy
drip
we
leaves
got it
because
either way.
the big drip leaves kind of look like lily pads. But the funny thing with that is then when they jump on top of the big drip leaves, it's gonna tilt and then they fall down.
One of them did. It just maybe it's a like frog slide.
Also, they do like different like shades of froggies.
And you're adding another little tiny creature to this update.
Yes, the Fireflies. So you can see them roaming around, adding a lot of ambience to the swamp, making it feel just nice and cozy at night. But really, my favorite part of them is just making the world come to life, like feeling.
Pixels. Up close, it just looks like your graphics card is artifacting.
Like there's life going on all around you, and oh yeah, also they're frog food. Yeah, forgot to mention that. They're frog food.
Poor fireflies. Yes.
Yeah, but look how happy that frog is.
Yeah, and they're beautiful frog food. So you can both enjoy them in the atmosphere and the frogs get to eat. So that's, you know.
Everybody wins.
Now,
2 pixels,
we're calling them fireflies, but Corey, is that what you called them growing up?
Actually, no, we called them lightning bugs.
I did too. And in Swedish, it's
eldflugor, and that's actually literally translates to fireflies.
Okay.
What do we call them in New York?
It's very interesting. It became like a lot of people talking about what you called it growing up. But we're really excited to have fireflies or lightning bugs in the game. I want to know more about baby frogs.
Baby frogs?
No, all baby mobs in Minecraft are just like tiny versions of the grown-ups, but with frogs we're actually adding tadpoles.
The baby fireflies are just 1 pixel. Oh, that's gonna get texture to look so bad. Oh no, I already know what's gonna
Once
happen
again,
there.
you deliver on the promise of cute and derpy with the tadpoles.
We do.
Yes, and you can pick them up in a bucket.
Yes, and that's actually extra helpful for the tadpoles because we have frog variants, and when a tadpole grows up, it will pick a variant depending on the temperature and the biome it grows up in. So, for example, if it grows up in a really cold place, it's going to turn into a snowy frog.
Why would you? I didn't see anything.
Yeah, as you can see here.
Wait!
So the frogs have kind of like 2 main systems. One is the tadpole system, and the other one is the cold-blooded system. So the frogs are like the first cold-blooded animal in Minecraft. And in real life, there actually are frog variants that pick a color depending on, like, or they adapt their color depending on temperature. And we wanted to have that in Minecraft. We wanted to, like, Minecraftify it. So therefore, the tadpole's going to pick a variant instead, depending on the temperature.
That's so cool. And there are 3 variants.
Yes, it's going to be 3 variants.
Okay, so we've seen 2. What's the third one?
The third one is the tropical frog.
Yes.
So let's say you were venturing out into the desert or the jungle, and you take your tadpole with you, and if it grows up there, it'll turn into a lovely tropical frog. And what I really love about the tropical frogs is how just relaxed they look, and they're like blending in.
Look how he walks! What is that?
The sand almost. They're just so relaxed. Just chilling there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think there was a reason that they were
yes,
colored that way.
There is a reason they are white. So like I was reading a lot about frogs. Always when we had something new, we read up a lot. It's super fun because we can be really geeky. And then I learned about the real-life frog that's called grey foam-nest tree frog and lives, for example, in Angola, Botswana, and Kenya. And that frog can actually turn almost white to avoid overheating. So that's like the inspiration for the tropical frog in Minecraft.
I love all three of them. And you didn't, so you have these different color variations, but you also have something else special about the frogs.
Yes, so each frog variant is going to have something unique that will be useful for the players. But we actually don't even know what that is yet because we are working on the frogs right now.
That is so cool. So Corey,
we actually have no idea what it is, but we just wanted to say that, so it sounded like they had something cooler added to them. We're not sure yet, but we're actually going to have a Kermit the Frog in the game.
Which frog is your favorite?
Oh, it's got to be the snowy frog. They look so cozy.
Ooh, I'm tropical frog. I'm very interested to see which one the community loves the most.
I love them
all of them. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for joining us, Corey, and taking us into a deep dive
I really wanted, like, I think it would have been cool if, like, in the jungle they put, like, poison dart frogs. Like, if they were smaller frogs, but they were, like, really, like, bright blue or, like, red or, like, really bright green. Not like brown, dark green, and like white. Hi, Puns! How are you, lovely?
All really cool swamp things.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Thank you, Corey.
Thank you, Corey.
I'm just going to hop on out of here.
Bye, Corey. So many puns. I like that, though.
Wait, did she say so many puns? Did you hear that?
Really cool swamp things.
Yeah, happy to be
here.
here.
She said hi, Puns.
Thank you, Corey.
Thank you, Corey.
I'm just going to hop on out of here.
Bye, Corey.
So many puns.
See?
I like that, though.
Oh,
this is quite an awesome update. And I mean, I really see the name for the wild update. You get a bit of everything in it.
Yes, and I love the contrast. As you can see in this pretty concept art, it's really like that beautiful nature and the super terrifying deep dark. And I love that contrast between these two things.
It's absolutely amazing. Well, we're getting close to the end of the show. And as always, the time has flown by. And a lot has happened during this show. So let's look back at some of the biggest announcements, and then we will reveal the winning mob.
Oh my god, there was flat screen TVs out in Minecraft? Why did they not overhaul witch huts? Like, they have been pointless forever. Like, maybe people make a witch farm. Like, they're focusing on the swamp. Why was that not touched on in this? Like, if it should have been any update, it should have been this one.
Now it's time to see what mob you chose to add to the game. Hey Jens, do you have the results?
Yes, I have them right here in my chest.
Wow!
Really exciting.
You really came in style.
Here you go.
Thank you so much. That looked really comfortable. Okay, but now it's time to announce the winner. Okay, and the winner is the LA.
Wow!
Yes, I'm super happy about that. It's a lovely, lovely mob.
I mean,
that is so exciting. So Agnes, when can everyone expect the LA?
So the LA will be included in the Wild update, and it's going to be released next year.
Next year, the Wild update with the LA. I can't wait. Thank you all so much for joining us. Minecraft wouldn't be what it is today without all of you from all of...
I like how I look over and everyone's like, oh, next year, LA, and I just see dumb little flying brat and all
us at Mojang Studios. Thank you so much. Bye.
Oh my god. Okay. Touch on a few things. Okay, we already saw this. I get why they do the mob vote every year because it makes people interact with Minecraft Live. It gets it hyped. Like, obviously, we've been talking about this now for like a week and a half. So, like, I get it. Because if they didn't do, like, the Twitter poll and the vote, then people would care a lot less. Or maybe not even realize it's happening. But I think what they should do is they should add any previous mobs from the last year's vote that didn't get chosen into the next year. Because, like, we should have got, like, I think they should have tossed the Moo Blooms into this year, or at least maybe not do all of them, but like do the second closest pick. So like maybe next year they should add the Copper Golem in because it almost won. Like they clearly have the stuff coded and the capabilities, so like you're just kind of just not giving people content that they almost wanted. Like I think what was the poll, like 54% to like what, 47, whatever the hell it was. So it's like half of your other audience also wanted it. So why are you? I'm not signed in on here. That's why. I'm also on Bing because Google Chrome was being weird. 46. That's what I'm saying. So, like, why not get, like, 46% is still a huge amount when you got, what, 1.7 million votes? So, like, why, like, they should just toss it in next year's vote then? Like, I guess maybe the downside of losing, like, the vote is, like, you just have to wait until the next update rather than completely just shorting somebody out of a whole mob that you have the capability of adding. Hey, yo, thank you for the prime. Why can't you add all three? Don't get me wrong, like, I get why they don't add all three because then it just takes away from, like, if for instance, if they just gave you the Glare, the LA, and the Copper Golem, then there would be no point in doing a vote, and they would just lose out on a lot of interactions. Real talk, why do we still have phantoms? That is a good point. That is a good point. But while I'm gone, I want the mod to go quickly run a poll of what chat wanted to win, whether it be the LA, the Copper Golem, or the Glare. I'm gonna quickly just pee and blow my nose because I'm getting stuffy puffy. And then we will go figure out what we want to play when I get back. But thank you guys for hanging out. And in honor of the fact that we've now reacted to the new Lovejoy EP, I can now put it on while we're away. Yeah. All right. Here, I'll give you this one. All right, I will be right back, my lovelies. I love you. Make sure you behave. I won't have my headset with me, so I won't be able to hear. But mods, if you could run them. There we go. Thank you.